Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Safari Encounters channel. I'm Brandy.
I'm Daniel.
And we're going to be talking about one of our favorite animals that we have at our facility today, the American alligator. This is Ymir, and Ymir is our smallest alligator. And Daniel actually rescued Ymir about 1.5 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
So how did you come up with the name Ymir?
So Ymir is a giant's name from Norse mythology. It's one of the first giants brought up and kind of created the world and all that stuff. And I figured that since, alligators are a giant species of reptile, that it's only fitting that he is a giant name.
Kind of puny right now.
Right now he's kind of puny, but keep our fingers crossed and hope he gets to be a big boy.
Being that he's the only male that we have, he is going to end up being our biggest alligator, unless we get another big male alligator rescue in. So when he's full grown, he's going to be about 12 feet is average. I think the Guinness Book of World Records is about
a little over 14 feet. Yeah.
You guys can fact check us.
Yeah.
So 14 feet is a really, really big alligator. I know if I saw one in the wild, I would think it's probably 18 feet too. But that is a giant alligator that's not normal. On average, like I said, is about 12 feet, 800 pounds. So still a very, very large animal. In this video today, you're gonna get to meet a lot of our other animals, but Ymir is actually the most vocal animal we have, and alligators make a bunch of different noises. They have the hissing noise, we're right there. And they also have, are you gonna do it? They do the baby noise. And I wish we said that we trained him for that, but he's just kind of a vocal alligator. So you guys follow us and we're gonna show you some more alligators. Hi everyone, so this is Gatorade, and Gatorade is the second smallest alligator that we have at our facility right next to Ymir. And Gatorade was actually a rescue, just like all of our alligators, but she has kind of a unique story. She was walking down the highway here in Sonoma County, and we worked with Department of Fish and Wildlife in order to safely catch her. And she's been with us for the last year. Now, you might notice some different things about her is she's got a little bit of scarring on the front of her face, and she's got a pretty significant scar on her tail. She has been checked out by her veterinarian, and she's been cleared with a total clean bill of health and great for outreach. And she'll probably have those scars for the rest of her life, but it won't impact her quality of life. Now, so she is a female alligator, so when she's full grown, she's gonna be about 6 to 8 feet long. We have no idea how old she is right now, but if she were to grow at a healthy rate, she'd be 2 to 3 years old. One of my favorite facts about alligators is they're actually not green. If you take a really close look at her, you're gonna notice that she doesn't have any green on her. It's actually a myth. So what these guys are, they're black and they kind of have these tan-ish stripes on them, and they fade out as they get really, really big. So in movies, you're always or cartoons or t-shirts or stuffed animals, they're always green. But what it is actually algae that sticks to their skin and kind of makes them appear to be green, but they're actually not green. Pretty cool, huh? Are you guys ready to see the next gator?
All right, guys. So up next is Darth Gator, famously named after Darth Vader from Star Wars. And she is probably one of our most common outreach alligators that we have here at our facility. Look at her, she's a little bit longer. Almost flawless. Now, some of my favorite things about alligators are some of the really cool adaptations these guys have to be able to survive in the wild. You're seeing those pearly white teeth. Well, those teeth are gonna each get replaced around 70 times in their lifetime. These guys have the ability to lose their teeth and grow them right back. That'd be a wonderful advantage if we had that too, huh? Another thing that I'm feeling right here, a lot of people tend to think these are like big fat rolls, which in reality, these are the jowls. This is what are responsible for all that pressure that comes clamping shut on prey. These guys also have webbed feet. Notice all the webbing between those back toes. And that really kind of helps them to swim and wade around. But the real power behind the swimming is all in that tail. It's broad, it's muscular, and then it gets nice and flat. That really helps propel them right through the water. Now, Darth was another animal rescue that we got. She was an illegal pet for somebody here in California. So we don't know her exact age, just like Gatorade, but assuming that she was properly fed and housed before we got her, She could be anywhere from about 4 to 5 years old on the high end. But again, we have no way of knowing that. So really amazing adaptation that alligators have, like all crocodilians and various species of bird and reptile. They have a nictitating membrane, and that is going to be an invisible eyelid that is able to open and shut at will while they're under the water. Let's see if we can get her to open that up. Yes, no, maybe so. Bam, right there. So with that eyelid, she can actually see perfectly fine under the water, and it's not going to bother her. Only furthering that she is an amazing ambush and apex predator. Now, a lot of people ask us, what on earth do we feed our alligators in captivity? We don't feed them, you know, puppy
marshmallows
dogs or children's marshmallows. Yeah, we don't feed them marshmallows, something like that. But we do feed them a very complex diet of Missouri crocodilian chow, and this contains all the nutrients and vitamins and minerals they need. But on top of that, we also give them whole prey, such as frozen thawed mice, frozen thawed quail, frozen thawed chicks. At this size, they're really gonna only eat something about the size of their head. A lot of people are under the misconception that they eat these massive sized things, which in some of our future videos, when we talk about crocodiles, that'll be a totally different story, which I'm psyched to talk to you guys about, because I can talk about these guys all day long. But that's a wrap with Darth, and we're gonna move on to our final alligator here at Safari Encounters. All right, guys, so this is Samantha, our largest alligator here at Safari Encounters, weighing at about 135 pounds, and she's almost 7 feet long.
Hi, Samantha.
Got a little bit of a attitude still. She's got all them teeth and no toothbrush, so we've got a long way to go when it comes to working with her. But I, for one, am actually stoked to get to bring her to events and programs one day so we can show people actually how smart alligators are. We just recently acquired from our really good friend Jay, who is making more room for his male alligators. And so he was kind enough to consider us when it came to putting Samantha in a home that's going to be able to utilize her and help people understand alligators even better. Now, with her being so new, she is a little bit more ornery. So we will work with her over time because alligators are extremely smart. They're very small but complex brains. They're capable of learning all kinds of incredible things. And so not only will that help enrich her life, but it'll help, with educational demonstrations down the line. But we have some time before that even comes up. You'll notice she doesn't look that big right here because she's all kind of curled up, but she's about 135 pounds and almost 7 feet long. That is an almost full-grown, full-sized female alligator. She can grow a little bit larger, but who knows where that's gonna go. Now, the area you can see I'm rubbing right here, I don't know, Brandy, if you're gonna get much closer than that. So these are actually called osteoderms. These are a modified type of scale that have little filaments of bone in them. So they're really rigid and they're really hard, and it really gives them that awesome prehistoric look. And I think that's probably one of my biggest draws to these guys is how they look. These guys have gone unchanged for millions of years. And that is absolutely amazing. Now, in the future, in future videos, when we have some of our crocodiles we'll be able to show you, I'm going to be going over some of the differences between alligators and crocodiles, because that is always a huge question we get, and it's not the after a while or see you later thing that we always get back. We're very privy to dad jokes, but that one's kind of up there on the pyramid of them. But there are definitely a ton of things outside of that that you can actually see differences wise, so I'm stoked to be able to go over that with you guys in the future. But that'll be more to come on that. So welcome Samantha and say hi.